The Last Dawn Part 2 is the second of three installments in the Last Dawn TV miniseries. This is directed by Graeme Clifford, written by Joyce Eliason, and we have a cast including Kirstie and various others. Great performances, really enjoyable film. And I say that because the first part was okay. I liked it enough. I only watched it because of Kirstie, but this one I actually really enjoyed. I don't know if I'm going to watch the third part, but certainly I enjoyed this one. I guess there will be some spoilers for the previous part, but I won't give any spoilers for this one. But some of the characters are much older now. This one focuses a lot on Cross and stepping into his new role within the family, but internal conflicts with whether he wants to do things traditionally or he wants to take a, I guess, cleaner path. And there's a lot of death in this, but there's a lot of variety in the manners of killings, and that part of it I found to be quite interesting because it was very unclear what was going to happen next, who would be targeted next, who would be doing it, and that part of it I found to be really quite interesting. And there are some very creative deaths in this, definitely, and that worked well for me. It is interesting to follow the characters' journeys some more, and I think that's probably another reason why I preferred it to the first part. That's not to say the first part is purely setting the scene to get us to this point. There is a lot of action in part one, but I feel like having developed a relationship, an emotional response to the characters in the first part, that's definitely a little bit stronger in this second part, and I rather enjoyed the continuation of the characters' stories. I don't want to say too much more than that. I don't want to give away too much. Absolutely, if you've watched the first part and you liked it, I'd say check out part 2. If you watched part 1 and you didn't really care for it, but maybe you could like part 2, I'd say give it a go, because personally I think it's better. This one's set in the 90s, so we've travelled quite a bit of time since the beginning of part 1, which was in the 60s, and I think they handled the passage of time really well. The character development feels really believable. I feel like I'm watching the continuation of the same characters. That's not to say the characters haven't gone through personal growth, but they do feel like the same characters. The performances are very good, and if you're a Kirstie fan like me, I think you'll rather enjoy her in this as well. So definitely no issues there. And in general, I think there's a lot more variety in what's happening as well, and that also helped to make it more interesting. And as I said, the various deaths are rather creative a lot of the time. So I thought The Last Dawn Part 2 was a much better experience for me than Part 1. That's not to say I didn't like Part 1, but I don't know if I care enough to watch Part 3. I might do, not immediately, but I certainly might. And for now, if you've seen Part 1, then I'm very happy to recommend Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1 yet, absolutely watch them in order because I think it enhances the experience. In general, you don't have to. You could watch part 2 with the understanding that it's about a mafia family and the conflicts of the son who's stepping into a new role within the family, and you could still enjoy it. But obviously having that emotional journey from the previous part, I think really will enhance that experience. So best to watch them in order. And if you watch it, I'd love to know what you think of it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, so I'm quite happy. As a Kirstie fan, definitely very happy. And if you're curious, then I'd say The Last Dawn Part 1 and Part 2 are definitely both worth checking out.